Hallo, it's Dumplet here. Here's an item on algebra. X is a positive real number such that x squared plus the square of the fractional part of x, so this part x embraces, it's the fractional part of x, that equals 77. Find the value of x. Credits to the Art of Problem Solving community for this item. As usual, pause this video if you'd like to give this item a try. But if you're done, let us dive into the solution. Now, whenever we have these type of questions where x, the fractional part of x, and maybe later you're going to see like the floor of x or the greatest integer function appear, you might want to consider like bounding or like fixing a range, because we can actually do that. For example, in this case, we can bound x squared. So like x squared plus the fractional part of x squared, that's going to equal 77. Well, you are sure that this one, it's just going to be in the range 0 to 1, because it is the fractional part of x. So if you square that, it is still going to be in the range 0 inclusive to 1 exclusive. So we can roughly bound the x. We know that x is going to be between x squared is going to be between 64 and 81. And then we can easily take the square root. Now, taking the square root should be avoided in inequalities, but here we have positive reals for x anyway, so we're at least sure that all of them is positive. So we can take the square root of both sides, so we're going to get that 8 less than x less than 9. So we know that x is between 8 and 9. Now this has very nice applications, because now that we know that x is between 8 and 9, we know that the floor of x, or the greatest integer less than or equal to x, that's going to be equal to 8. And the fractional part of x, how is it defined? Actually, the fractional part of x is defined as x minus floor of x. So here I have x minus 8 as a substitute for the fractional part of x. So x squared plus x squared plus x minus 8 quantity squared equals 77. So all we have to do now is just solve for x. So it's a very simple expand, and it's just going to be a quadratic equation. So x squared plus x minus 8 quantity squared, that's going to equal 77. Let's expand the x minus 8 squared. That's going to be equal to x squared minus 16x plus 64. Move everything to one side. We're going to get the quadratic equation. 2x squared minus 16x minus 13 equals 0. And then we can solve for x. Unfortunately, this is not factorable, so we have to use a quadratic formula. So that's going to be 16 plus minus square root of 16 squared minus 4ac. So 4 times 2 times negative 13. Now, since we want a positive root, we can actually exclude the negative case here, because by the way, over 2a, we can exclude the negative case because we want a positive root. Because if I have this, I have 16 minus this thing, that's going to be if I have 16 minus this thing, that's going to be a negative number. So we're only going to consider the positive case in this case. So simplifying that, we're going to get that x is going to be equal to 4 plus 3 square root of 10 over 2. Or if you want it as one fraction, then obviously you can write it as 8 plus 3 square root of 10 all over 2. And these two are equivalent, and this will be our final answer. Hopefully you guys learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!